Good morning, dear children. Welcome back to our English class. Today, in this section, we are going to discuss lesson number 12 of your English Junction textbook. Lesson number 12, Saving the Turtle. This lesson is an extract from the wonderful story of Henry Sugar and Six More, written by Roald Dahl. It is a collection of 7 short stories. The stories were written at varying times throughout the writer's life. So before starting the lesson, let's look at the warm-up activity. Have you heard of people like Jane Goodall or Kevin Richardson? These are some people who work with animals. Look at the pictures. There are 2 pictures and the first one is of Jane Goodall and the second one is Kevin Richardson. What special qualities do you think these people have? Let's discuss about them. Jane Goodall is an English primatologist and anthropologist. Goodall is considered to be the world's expert on chimpanzees. She taught about the behavior of chimpanzees. And what about Kevin Richardson? He is a South African wildlife conservationist and sanctuary owner who works with lions, leopards, etc. So in his sanctuary, we can see different animals like lion, leopards, hyena, etc. So from this warm-up activity, this lesson is dealing with animals, and in this particular lesson, we can understand that how man's cruelty towards helpless creatures of the world is occurring. So in this lesson, the lesson is dealing with man's cruelty towards helpless creatures of the world and how a little boy rescued that helpless creature. So okay, my dear children, let's start our lesson. One morning, while on a vacation, the narrator of the story notices a crowd gathering around a narrow canoe-type fisherman's boat that had pulled up on the sand. He decides to go and investigate. So during his vacation, one morning, the narrator notices a crowd gathering around a narrow canoe-type fisherman boat. Canoe means a long, narrow boat pointed at both ends. And some people are gathered around that boat and they are pulling up something on the sand. That is, the boat is pulled up on the sand. And the narrator decided to go and investigate. Investigate means to try to get information about something or to find out more about something. I put my book aside and hurried down to the beach. Everyone was staring at a turtle lying upside down on its back on the sand. It was a giant turtle, perhaps 5 feet long and 4 feet across, with a shell of great beauty. So the writer put his book aside and hurried down to the beach to investigate what is happening there. And he can saw that everyone was staring at a turtle which was lying upside down in the sand. And what about the turtle? It was a giant turtle. The size is very big and 5 feet long and 4 feet across with a beautiful shell. The fisherman who had caught it had tipped it onto its back to stop it from getting away. The magnificent creature's 4 thick flippers waved crazily in the air, and its long wrinkled neck stretched far out of its shell. The flippers had large sharp claws on them. So the fisherman who got that turtle, they tipped it on its back. That means laid it upside down on its back to stop it getting away to the shore, getting away to the sea. So the magnificent creatures, the big-sized creatures, 4 thick flippers. Flippers means the limbs of a large sea animal such as whales, turtles and seals that are used for swimming. That 4 thick flippers waved crazily in the air, and the wrinkled neck stretched out from the shell. And the flippers are large, sharp claws on them. Claws means the long, sharp pointed nails of the birds and animals. There are some sharp claws on that flippers. Stand back, ladies and gentlemen, please, cried the fisherman. Those claws are dangerous. So already we know that the people are gathering around that canoe. So one of the fishermen cried out, stand back, because those claws were very dangerous. Okay. The crowd of hotel guests was thrilled by this spectacle. A dozen cameras were out and clicking away, taking pictures of the wonderful creature. So these things are happening on a beach, and the crowd of hotel guests who are staying in the nearby hotel were thrilled. They were very much excited by this spectacle. Spectacle means unusual sight. And we can see a dozen cameras were clicking and taking the pictures of this wonderful creature, this turtle. A fat man came up to the fisherman and said, "Hey, listen, I want that shell. Can I buy it from you? How much will it cost?" So, a fat man came up to the fisherman and he asked, "I want that shell of that turtle, and can I buy it from you? And what will the cost of that shell?" "No, you can't buy it. The turtle has already been sold," the fisherman said. "To whom?" asked the man. "To the manager of the hotel," replied the fisherman. "You know what that means, right?" shouted another man. "It means special turtle soup." "The manager can have the meat," the fat man said to the fisherman. "All I want is the shell." So, discussing about the shell of the turtle, the fisherman said to that fat man that the turtle has already been sold to the manager of the hotel. So, hearing this conversation, another man who is there at the beach said that means today we have a special turtle soup at the hotel. But again, the fat man said that anyway, the manager can have the meat, but the only thing I want is the shell of that turtle. I stood there listening to the conversation. They were all discussing the destruction and the conception of a harmless and helpless creature. The turtle was alarmed by all the noise and the shouting around it. So, a narrator stood there listening to the conversation of the people, and the narrator understood that all the people were discussing about the destruction and the conception. Conception means using up something, especially as food. People in the crowd were thinking of turtle soup and the flavor of the meat of the turtle, etc. That is why the narrator is thinking that the people were discussing the destruction and the conception of that harmless, helpless creature. And hearing the noises around him, the turtle was alarmed. Alarmed means scared. The turtle was very much scared because of the noise and shouting around it. "How are you going to get the turtle up to the hotel?" the fat man asked. "Drag it up the beach with the rope," the fisherman answered. Again, the fat man informed how you are going to get the turtle up to that hotel from this beach, and the fisherman answered that we will drag it up to the beach with the help of a rope. So with the help of a rope, they are planning to drag that little creature, drag that monstrous creature, that helpless, harmless creature to the hotel. The fisherman gathered a few of his friends, and as the men heaved, the gigantic turtle began to slowly slide up the beach towards the hotel. So the fisherman and few of his friends, they were together heaved. Heaved means lifted, pushed and pulled something heavy with great effort. and the gigantic turtle, the large turtle, began to slowly slide up to the beach, from the beach towards that hotel. Suddenly, I heard screams. The crowd froze. The tug of war stopped, and the onlookers stopped shouting. Half waking, half running down the beach from the hotel, I saw a man, a woman, and a small boy who was no more than 8 or 9 years old. So suddenly they heard a scream, and the crowd froze. All the crowd was stopped. And the tug of war, what is tug of war? Tug of war means a sport in which the members of two teams test their strength by holding a rope near its two ends, facing each other and trying to pull each other across a line. So, here in this lesson, the fishermen were tugging the heavy turtle across the sand with the help of a rope. So, the tug of war, the dragging of that turtle is stopped, and the onlookers, who is onlookers? Onlookers means people who watch an activity or event without being involved in it. That means the spectators. They were stopped shouting, and half waking, half running down the beach from the hotel, we can see a man, a woman, and a small boy. And the boy was no more than 8 or 9 years old. So we heard the sound of that scream from this man, woman, and a small boy, and they were coming out of the hotel towards the beach, making sound, screaming sound. Okay. No, let it go, shouted the small boy. Go away, kid, said one of the fishermen. So when that boy came towards the turtle, he shouting that, no, let it go. You don't harm that turtle. But one of the fishermen said, you have to go away, kid. All of you are horrible and cruel, said the boy. Why don't you put the turtle back in the sea? It hasn't done anything to you. Please have some sympathy for it. So what is the reply of that boy? The boy is saying that all of you are very horrible and cruel people, and why don't you put that turtle back to the sea? And the turtle hasn't done anything harm to you. So please show some sympathy for that turtle. Sympathy means kindness and pity. The crowd of people began to shuffle their feet around in the sand, feeling a bit uneasy and even a bit ashamed. So, hearing from the boy, the people who are gathered there shuffled their feet. Shuffle means walk slowly while dragging the feet. They moved around in the sand, and they had a feeling of bit uneasy. Uneasy means uncomfortable, feeling of uncomfortable and even a bit ashamed, because a little boy is saying that you have to leave the turtle back to the sea, and the turtle is hasn't done anything wrong to you, and why don't you show some sympathy for that turtle? So hearing this, the crowd of people become ashamed. Meanwhile, the boy freed himself from his father's grip and ran across the sand towards the turtle. So, the boy freed himself from his father's grip and he ran across the sand towards that turtle for escaping that turtle from this horrible and cruel people. Okay. The turtle saw him and turned its huge head quickly to face the little boy. A moment later, the boy was on his knees in the sand, hugging the creature to his chest, whispering soft words that nobody else could hear. So, hearing the sound of the little boy, the turtle turned its huge head towards that little boy, and the boy was sitting on his knees in the sand, and he was hugging that creature and whispering, murmuring some soft words in the ears of that creature, and nobody else can hear what is speaking by the boy. Father, the boy cried out, please make them let it go. Can I be of any help here? said a man in a white suit who had just come down from the hotel. He was Mr. Edwards, the manager. And the boy cried out. The boy asked his father, requested his father, please make this turtle go. Then we can suddenly hear a noise. And can I do any help here? A man in white suit who had just come out down from the hotel, and he was the manager of the hotel, Mr. Edwards, and he had bought that turtle. Who owns a turtle? Asked the boy's father. We do, the manager said. The hotel has bought it. So the boy's father asked who was the owner of this turtle and who bought this turtle, and the manager replied that the turtle was bought by the hotel. Let me buy it from you, said the father to the fisherman. There will be a bonus if you let it go at once. But before you get your money, all of you must promise that you won't go out and try to catch it again. Is that a deal? So hearing that the turtle was bought by the hotel, the father of the little boy said to the fisherman that, let me buy it from you. I will buy the turtle from you, and there will be a bonus if you let it go at once. If you are ready to leave the turtle at once, I can give you a bonus. But before I am giving the money to you, you have to give me a promise that you won't go out and try to catch the turtle again. And the father is asking them, is that a deal? Deal means an agreement or understanding made by two or more people. Okay, so in this way the father wants to buy that turtle, but we had a condition. What was that condition? That turtle must be freed, and the fisherman will not catch the turtle again. So that was a deal between the fisherman and the father of that little boy. Let's look whether the fisherman agreed with that deal. Yes, we have a deal, said the fisherman. Meanwhile, the boy crept up to one side of the turtle very casually. Then he began untying the knot in the rope. The other fishermen placed the poles underneath the shell of the turtle and began to rock the creature from side to side with a great skill till the turtle was on its side. Then with a loud thump, the turtle crashed down on the sand the right way up. The huge brown head came out and peered around. So the fishermen agreed with the deal with the father of that boy because they are interested with the bonus that the father offered to that fisherman. During this time, the boy crept upon the side of the turtle very carefully. Carefully means very carefully, and he began to untying the knot of the rope which is in the body of the turtle. Then the other fishermen placed some poles underneath the shell of the turtle and began to rock the creature from side to side with great effort, and the turtle was on its side. Then with a loud noise, with a loud thump, the turtle crashed down on the sand in the right way up. That means the turtle is now in the correct position. Then the huge brown head came out from and it is peered around. The turtle is looking around. Go back to the sea, the boy called out. The two hooded black eyes of the turtle peered up at the boy. The eyes were bright and lively, full of wisdom. So the boy called out and said to the turtle, you can go back to the sea now. And the creature, the turtle, with his two hooded black eyes, covered black eyes of the turtle, peered up at the boy. The turtle was looking at that boy now, and its eyes were very bright and lively with full of wisdom. Goodbye, old man, said the boy. Go far away this time. So again the boy is addressing the turtle as an old man, and the boy said goodbye to that huge turtle and asked him to go far away from the beach. The great magnificent beast turned away slowly and began wading towards the edge of the ocean. When it entered the water, it swam very fast and gracefully with its head held high. It was several minutes before we lost sight of it, and by then it was halfway to the horizon. So now we can see the great magnificent beast, that huge beast. Beast means animals or birds. And now it is turned slowly and began waddling. Waddling means walking with a short step like a duck. You know how the turtles are walking, the turtle walk towards the edge of the ocean. The turtle is now moving towards the shore of that ocean, and it entered into the seawater, and it swam very fast, and with his head, the head was held high. And after several minutes, we can lose the sight of it. That means the turtle is not seen by anyone who are standing in the seashore, and it was halfway to the horizon. Now the turtle is halfway to the horizon. That means the turtle is safely moved in the ocean, moved towards the ocean, and now the turtle was safe. So in this way, the boy helped, the little boy of 8 or 9 years old, the little boy helped that magnificent beast, and the boy saved the life of that sea turtle. Okay. So, okay, my dear children, from this lesson, saving the turtle, we can understand the need for protecting animals and birds, especially some are endangered. Here in this lesson, a little boy teaches the value of kindness and sympathy towards a helpless creature. Even though the grown-up people are ready to kill or harm that turtle for food and its shell. Okay. So, okay, my dear children, let's wind up for today. And you have to read the lesson 2 or 3 times and study well for your examination. Take care. Thank you.